Hey everyone, so today I thought I'd do something a little bit different and basically show you what I use to put my drum cover videos together and how I do it. Now, if you've seen any of my videos across TikTok or YouTube, first of all, thank you ever so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. But whilst you've been watching them, you may have noticed that I don't actually use any drum mics and I only actually use one camera. Now, of course, that doesn't mean to say that I don't want drum mics in the future or more cameras in the future, but I've used the same method of recording and editing for many years and it has worked for me. So I thought I'd put this video out there just basically to show you what I do and what I use, and hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate that you haven't necessarily got to break the bank to be able to put a drum cover video together. Before we get there though, it is time for a bit of a history lesson in case you are new to the channel and you're seeing my ugly face for the first time. Now, if you get to the end of the video and you want to see more things like this or more drum cover videos, please do follow me. This video will be on YouTube as well as TikTok, so if you are watching on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe if you want to, but of course you don't have to, I'm not going to force you. So I'm Shane, I'm 29 and I'm from the UK and I've played drums officially for around about 18 years. I say officially because I didn't actually start taking lessons until I was about 11, but my obsession with this instrument started when I was around about 2 years old, as seen here, rocking my Barney the Dinosaur t-shirt, thinking that I was the coolest person in the world. Now, shortly after my 13th birthday, I actually stopped taking drum lessons. Fast forward to 2022, I joined TikTok and I began posting a lot of different drum cover videos. Now, at the beginning of 2024, as it stands, I've uploaded just over 200 videos. Each one of those videos has basically been captured in exactly the same way. It's been edited, it's been recorded in the same way using the same method, and this is the camera that I use. So this is the GoPro Hero 5 Black. It's a few years old and there are a few pros and cons with this camera, which I will talk about throughout the video, but overall it's helped me out and it produces a really good video quality first and foremost. So whilst the picture quality is good, trying to turn this camera on can be a challenge in itself sometimes. It is very temperamental. Now, knowing that I was going to be putting this video together today, I put the camera on charge earlier on in the morning just for a few hours, and when I came to use it, it still wouldn't turn on. Now, whether this is a issue with just my GoPro or whether it's a known issue, I'm not too sure, but no matter what I did or how long I waited, there was just no life in it whatsoever. And also something else with this camera is that when you put it on charge, if you try and record anything, the battery life will still deplete even if the camera itself is charging. The battery life itself isn't the best either, but more on that later. For now, let's leave the camera to charge and I'll talk you through what else I use. Now, this is basically for my iPhone. It's a really cheap tripod that I bought from Amazon. I think it was a couple of quid. I can't actually remember how much it was, but it really wasn't all that expensive. Of course, this is just a run-of-the-mill tripod. There's nothing spectacular about it, but I do like that I'm able to move the legs into any position that I need them to be in, and it is very sturdy as well. So whenever I'm recording straight to my phone, it really does benefit me. So you can't have a drum cover video without having drumsticks and a drum kit. So whilst the camera is charging, I should quickly run you through what sticks I use, what drums I play, and also what cymbals and other bits of hardware I use as well. First of all, we have these 5B drumsticks from Collision Drumsticks. Now, they are made of American hickory, I believe, but I've used them for around about 7 years and they are the most durable sticks I've ever had. I am a hard hitter, so durability is key for me when it comes to the sticks that I want to use. Now, back in 2017, I was endorsed by Collision Drumsticks, but I left my band around about a year into my endorsement, which basically meant that I couldn't be endorsed anymore. I did continue to use the sticks though, and I still continue to use them to this day. Now, I do have a fresh set of ProMark 5B American hickory sticks as well, so I am looking forward to trying them. But if you are looking for durability, give Collision Drumsticks a try. So in terms of my setup then, sometimes I might push the boat out and have an extra tom, as you can see here, but usually I prefer this setup. Now, it is pretty basic, but it gets the job done, and I much prefer the positioning of my ride cymbal with this setup. Speaking of cymbals, I have been using these Zildjian's since 2017, but I've recently replaced one of my crash cymbals with this HCS cymbal from Meinl. It is just temporary until I can get a new Zildjian of some description, but you can see it just here in my setup, and it has done what I've needed it to do for quite some time now. Bass pedal wise, I've used the Tama Speed Cobra for about 10 years and it's never let me down. And finally, this is the kit that I own. It's the Tama Superstar Classic in Blue Liqueur. The picture that you are about to see is my kit itself. It's just a lovely finish, and this is the setup that I usually go for. Now, in my drum cover videos, I only use my own snare and my own cymbals. The rest of the kit is supplied by my local studio in Swansea. This is Soundhaven. I've been coming here for many years, and they are a great bunch of people. Now, I am planning on recording another video similar to this one, which is basically a day in the life of myself when I go to the studio. So don't forget to follow me if you want to see more of that. But studio location aside, as you can see, the camera has now got some charge in it. So now I can show you exactly what I do to put these videos together. So my phone is already connected to the camera itself via the GoPro app. Now, if you do want to see a more in-depth video on how I use the app itself, then do let me know. The first thing that I'd do when I get to the studio is click the enable preview button in the middle of the screen. Now, it usually asks at this stage whether the app can connect to the camera itself. Sometimes the camera can be a bit fussy and not connect. So like I said, if you do want to see a more in-depth video on the GoPro app itself and how I use it, then do let me know. So after clicking join, the picture from the camera itself appears on my screen. Now this is handy for me because it allows me to basically put the camera wherever I want it to be. This is Betsy, by the way, trying her best to relax in the sun. One difficulty I have with this camera is the battery life, and this affects everything. Now, it puts out a good picture, yes, and being able to see what the camera angle will look like before I record anything is fantastic. But it's often a race against time to get to the studio, get the right camera angles, and get the footage that I need. This is one of the main reasons why most of my drum cover videos are parts of songs and not the full video. But with that being said, after downloading the footage from the GoPro onto the GoPro app, the little white tick next to each video basically tells me that the footage has now been saved onto my phone. And lastly, from here, I just take them into iMovie, and it's just a case of lining up the audio from the camera footage to the audio of the song that I've just covered. And then from there, I'd save the videos to my camera roll on my phone, where I've got two separate albums. One for songs to post and the other for songs to record, literally just because I like to be a bit organised. But that's pretty much what I do in a nutshell. Now, if you do want to see a more in-depth look into the editing process or anything I've spoken about in this video, just let me know. Thanks for watching if you've got this far, and I'll see you very soon.